Hey Ed, this is Gabe here. So I finished everything but the Sprite batch and the Sprite boxes manager, but I did have all the other managers set up. So yeah, I'll just walk you through them. I didn't want to do the other ones because I didn't have time to do them, or I didn't get to them, and I didn't want to like just copy and paste your code because I wanted a full understanding of like what I was doing. Um, whatever. So I'll just start with the manager. Manager uh, had like pretty much most of the same stuff as you did before, but it was just a matter of making all the stuff kind of like go down to the lower levels, like putting all the work into like D-Link and whatnot, and then like all the base methods, so that you could kick them back up so that you don't actually have to do any work in any of the individual managers. I guess most of the managers are the same, besides like, what you're actually adding and whatnot. So I guess texture manager is like the first one I did. So yeah, made a singleton, pretty easy. I get that concept. Like you only want the one, you can only add, like you can't instantiate it just with a new, so you have to use the create. So like prevents you from actually making more than one and then somehow screwing yourself over later on the line. The add, I get this, like you use the manager and then you kick it back out via that, using the base add and then casting it to the actual texture within it. And then I guess that's mostly the same for sprite and image. And then remove, kick back up, find, same thing. I didn't do any of the actual text dumps, but I figured I'd put them in there. Clean, wash. What else we got? Yeah, so the actual things themselves, I implemented the actual sprites we're going to be using, as why not do that now? Yeah, the base, kicking it back up to the base constructor, you get the nodes and whatnot, and then you actually have your parameters within the constructor. And then let's see, I'll go to game, and then yeah, it's pretty easy. Like you make the manager, you give yourself the growth size and the initial reserve size, and then you add the textures. I only had the one, but I verified that it worked. And then you have all these images. Yeah, debugging, going through, it looked like all the manager was doing its work. The nodes were correctly lined up, so, or not lined up, but like you could iterate through them and then everything was there and the find was working. And then yeah, I just added the update stuff so that I could actually see if they correctly would be moving across the screen. This position and the p-octo x, like within the what is it, sprite. Yeah, sprite definitely had the most stuff, but the update and the render, you just can update the x and then it'll make the actual Azul sprite part update, which is kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, I didn't do the last two parts of it, didn't get time to, but that is, I don't know how well it's rendering, but you can see I made them. I also made a ship one, but I didn't put it on the screen, I just didn't render it. Yeah, so on to bigger and better things next time. That's it for me. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I'm out.